A black chief of police, now former, sues for racial discrimination. Put up the picture full mass. Hell of a story here, okay? Jerel Jones, the first black police chief of a small Chicago suburb, has now filed a federal discrimination lawsuit because he was fired. He was fired 1 year into the job due to concerns that came up in his first performance review. Jones took the helm of the Flossmoor Police Department in March of 2023. His suit claims the Cook County Village engaged in a pattern of racism to get rid of him. The lawsuit seeks unspecified damages to cover what Jones should have been paid, including his salary and benefits. They did not give him the severance package. Flossmoor Mayor, well, her name is Michelle. Michelle Nelson announced Jones' firing on March 7th, saying the city was parting ways with Jones. However, she did not provide specific reasons for his removal, emphasizing that the matter concerning Jones was strictly about performance. In a statement, Nelson indicated that after 12 months, Jones had failed to perform satisfactorily in the position when a leader of a critical department is not meeting expectations. Listen, I'm laughing. Keep a picture up. The police department fails all the time. Crime goes up, mistakes are made, criminals are exposed in blue uniform, and they get more money. So she's saying when a leader of a critical department is not meeting expectations, the ripple effect can adversely impact the entire department and the organization and even the community, Nelson wrote. When your cops kill unarmed people, do they meet the same fate? Hundreds of residents packed City Hall last week to voice their support for who? For the cop, for the chief, which is really unheard of. When word of his potential dismissal due to job friction became public. Attorneys for Jones contested that the handling of his dismissal, alleging that he was deliberately set up for failure, while blasting the firing as an act of race discrimination and retaliation. Folks, this is race-based animus through and through. Attorney Cass Casper of the Disparity Law Group said, according to CBS News, quote, this is a black department head and not meeting according to CBS News. This is a black department head not meeting, expectations of a white administration because he's black. At a news conference with the attorneys on Monday, Jones said that when he took the job last March, there was nothing in his contract about any specific length of employment, while noting that he was the only black department head in the city at the time. The legal action, which names the village of Flossmoor Village manager Bridget Watchell as defendants, claims Jones went to Nelson in October and complained that the village manager was micromanaging his every move and trying to hold him to a high standard of performance, to a higher standard of performance than his white and Hispanic counterparts in other city departments. And so, once again, this is a black officer talking, which obviously they get punished for. Jones' complaints made it back to the village manager. That's Bridget. That's the village manager. All right, she looks like hell on wheels. Who responded with a campaign retaliation culminating to his termination, according to Jones' attorney. The manager imposed a master-slave dynamic between her and the chief. If he did not fit himself into that expected dynamic, he could not be police chief. I want to say this to the chief, and I'm sure your attorney has already informed you of it. There's a reason they did not give you a time frame for employment, because they wanted to keep that option open to fire you at any time and not give you any level of severance or payment because you did not have a contract that included a time of employment or engagement. Notably, Chief Jones and his legal team stated that they would withdraw the lawsuit if the village issued an apology, bring him back as police chief, remove him from the campaign of hypercritical race-based criticism that he endured, and give him a fair chance to be police chief, free from that double standard, Casper said. Before arriving in Flossmoor, Jones had a long career in Illinois and other police departments, and Macomb as well. Now, I will say this, what he's attempting to do, because based on his career path and his age, he's a young chief, okay? He can make money. He has opportunities in the future. But if a city says, oh my goodness, this person cannot be worked with, this individual is unreasonable and cannot adhere to the protocols of his command, he underperforms, et cetera, especially for a black male, that becomes a death sentence in the professional arena. And that is what his attorney and himself, they are trying to overcome. Sharon, thoughts here?
Yeah, and they're trying to give him a death sentence. Okay, I don't know, was it coming out of the mayor's pocket, the severance? He should never have been terminated, but this is how you can tell that there's hatred bias built into the system, because it doesn't even have to rise to all of this nonsense. By the way, the things that the attorney asked on behalf of the former chief, they're not capable of doing, Doc. Yep. You got to try, but they're not capable of that anyway.
Yeah, I agree. And we've seen the cities make decisions just based on the appearance of a thing. Yes. And say, you know what, to avoid the optics, we're just going to go ahead and pay this to avoid legal fees, et cetera. They're not doing any of that. That's normative at high level politics and executive position.